Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel in the first place. Today we have a Dabi X listener. There is a second part, so if you want to hear that, comment down below. Let's go ahead and get into it. Wiping your brow, you sighed in relief as you finished mopping the last few tiles of the grimy little store you worked. Eyes flew over to the customer at the counter. Ever since your co-worker quit last month, all the duties fell onto you. Though it wasn't quite store policy to only have one employee, you'd still jumped at the extra hours available. You needed more hours to make up for the shitty pay anyways. Your manager hadn't batted an eye. Someone needed to do all the work after all. It wasn't as if there were many people lining up to apply here. The store had been in one of the more crime-ridden areas of the town. But hey, as long as the store didn't get held up, you weren't complaining too much at the increase of hours. Dusting off your hands, you set the mop aside. Ready to check out? You'd put the wet floor sign there right after this customer, carefully stepping to avoid slipping on the wet floor. The customer only grunted in a gruff response. Not that you minded. Most people here weren't one for talk, usually getting their things and ignoring you. You didn't mind, made things easier than ever. Scanning the soda and shoving the money in the till, the man quickly made his exit. Only 3 more hours to go until you can clock out and throw yourself back in bed. Honestly, even though you didn't mind your job all too much, working this many hours on your feet was pretty painful. You'd need new shoes again soon, for work at least. This was exhausting. Not to mention, it was almost the first, so rent would be due soon. You'd really have to stretch over groceries this week to make them last. Fuck! A large thump and clattering burst you out of your thoughts. A quick flash of blue shined near the drink coolers before your eyes widened. Shit, you didn't put the sign up fast enough. Quickly you rushed over, still mindful of the wet tiles beneath you. You were going to be fired. This guy was going to demand a manager and sue the store. You'd be out of a job and forced to live on the street because of your negligence. A man, burnt skin held together with staples, laid on the floor, and you winced. He must have taken a pretty bad fall if he was still laying on the wet ground like that. "Sir, do I need to call an ambulance?" Your lip trembled slightly as you spoke, already internally mourning at the loss of this job. He groaned as he slowly sat up. Pain flooded through his body, though slipping and falling on his ass hurt his pride more than it actually hurt him, and he was silently glad nobody had actually seen him fall. "No ambulance," he rasped. There was no way he lived all these fucking years on the streets, only to be turned back into his monster of a father after a shitty accident like this. All he wanted was some damn beer and some cheap noodles that he was probably gonna steal anyways. So much for that. He'd already gotten the attention of the worker here, and he probably wouldn't be able to burn this place and bolt after the damn fall he took. His tired eyes glanced around, only to see your watery eyes staring right at him. "Please don't sue the store. I really need this job." Your begging was nearly pathetic, but you had to overlook your pride for this. Maybe this guy would take a pity on you and give you the yelling of a lifetime rather than demand for your manager. You watched as his brows furrowed, deep in thought as he stared at you. "Listen, get what you want on the house, but just please don't call my manager over. If there was anything a customer liked, it was always getting something for free. Your wallet could take the strain of a few bucks rather than missing the next week's worth of paychecks. Oh, he could definitely take advantage of this. Sure, it would be shitty of him, but then again, he wasn't a saint. You think letting me grab a damn bag of chips would be worth breaking my back over? It would have. He needed all the food he could get, but there was no way he would miss a chance at extortion, especially not when it was some cashier with cute little tears in their eyes. He was gonna milk this for all it was worth. He'd be a fool not to. Biting your tongue, you shook your head. Of course, that wouldn't work. A lawsuit could easily set this guy up with enough money for a good couple of years, maybe even a lifetime depending on his injuries. The scarred man got up standing tall, even with his slouch, with a nasty grin on his face. "That's right, so if you want to keep this damn job, you let me take what I want when I want it." It wasn't as bad as getting fired or being kicked to the curb, but hopefully this guy wouldn't take too much. You would be the one paying for this, after all. You didn't really have a choice, and he knew it. What an asshole. Fine. Your shoulders sagged and a sadistic look smeared on his face, staples pulling at his skin. He really needed to do a better job at hiding his amusement for this. He ignored the pain in his back from that fall. Guaranteed food and drink wasn't too bad of a payment. Neither was a good view of the cashier. His eyes strained slightly to your name tag. Now, dry those damn tears. You'll be seeing a lot more of me. He'd be back tomorrow. Alright, so that's the end of this one. As I said, there's a part 2. Leave a comment if you want that. Either way, music link, fanfic link, Discord link, and thumbnail art link are all in the description. Go check those out. I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, whatever, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye!